Hey everybody, the name's Rigged Up, and I'm starting this off. This is Mountain Drake team versus Infernal Drake team. Team Infernal Drake, however you want to say it. Whatever. This is game one, the first time they're facing off against each other in a three-part series. Both of these teams looking like the best at the NA Scouting Grounds first off. So I'm going to be interested to see how these teams both play it out and where they end up. Let's kind of start going down the line here. Again, as always, we do not get to see the pick ban here, which is a little bit of a bummer. Can maybe speculate that the reason we're seeing Jax, Duo King, just a grand entrance on a Prismal, nothing acting up more as both teams are starting with a defensive strat here, just line up, making sure no invades or early vision can get placed here. Maybe Duo King and Tactical, though, just staying a little bit longer, trying to maybe fake the buff start on the bottom side. I mean, CS isn't gonna make its way to the lane here for a little bit, but just playing safe, maybe playing around the idea of getting a preventing the ward placement and freeing up their jungler up maybe just a little bit. But they have their own ward there placed a little bit early. I think they'll be able to catch the Zen. Not sure if we're going to be seeing horizontal jungling here across the board from the junglers, but either way, so let's talk about team comps. So on Mountain, we've got Aurelia, Xin Zhao, Syndra, Kai'Sa, and Alistar. Nice bit of engage. The Xin Zhao will have a nice early game, able to set up the rest of his team. Ooh, hookshot going in early, and a flash followed up on the Saligo. Strampus going to flash in and seal the deal on the kill. Straight, it's going to probably fall down here to the Zen and turret, actually taking out the Lissandra. So a 1-to-1, but a bit more of an advantage over to Team Infernal there, as they are able to get at least an assist. Syndra not getting away with anything, not able to get the hit over onto Lissandra, and the execute coming through. Their teleport used out of Lissandra to get some CS. Might be able to shove a wave in, maybe not. Should still be relatively close, but Xin still fighting in on the side, working his way towards topside. We do see some warning pings coming out. Potential vision maybe from Infernal. Both looks like no Misty or Sir Kenji. Apologize butchering his name when I was trying to say it earlier. Completely tripped over myself and was just like panned over and tried clumping the words together. But regardless, let's again talk about those team comps. We already kind of saw here a little bit what's going on for either side. Well, actually, the early gank coming from Sir Kenji was a little bit surprising. Usually would expect the Camille with some decent ganking pressure with the hook shot, mainly aiming to get ultimate as quickly as possible, but going for an early gank that worked out pretty strong for them. Fragus also showing that he can follow up pretty nicely. Got a lot of front end damage, and both junglers actually invading and taking each other's camps. So with Fragus already getting some early gold in his pocket with the kill, it'll help him level off the rest of his team as they try to swing into later parts of the game. Syndra, as always, you hit R, you get a kill. You get ahead enough. Already a little bit behind there into that first kill, but should scale completely fine. The Kai'Sa and Alistar, pretty typical. Just survive the lane, get to late game, take him out. We've already seen Mountain play pretty safe in majority of their lanes and play towards their team comp. Even if they lose early, they scale quite well into late game and have some pretty decent decision making as far as against these teams that were put together so like just about a week ago, I think it was, that they were putting on. Ooh, Fragus looking for an in-lane gank, just making sure there's no vision there. Popping the sweeper, but the wave getting pushed in. We're really going to be trying to hope that Tactical goes in. Alistar going in, Xin following up right behind. Flash used already. Xin still going in. No ignite. Oh, actually, in Prismal, actually, to get the kill on the backside. Bragus getting pretty low from the ignite. I don't think it's going to take him out, but Tactical on the run now, and Flash is used from Team Mountain. And Tactical getting taken down by Prismal. So that was 2 kills going over the Kai'Sa. This is a disaster for Infernal. Mountain should be able to get a little bit of damage on that turret too. No support coming from the jungler. I don't think they'd be able to do anything from that anyway if Sir Kenji came down. So a little bit of ticks of damage here. More minions going to be getting lost by Ezreal. So not only will it be a CS advantage, quite a considerable gold advantage. Might be able to build that Storm Razor outright, or at least get close to it. 40 CS, 2 kills. Not sure if they'll be able to get that. At least the BF sword. Oh, opting for Grievous boots. They're trying to decide what they want here. Ooh, but going for a ring. Oh, Camille getting out of there. Nothing too crazy is figuring out the item. The item build a little bit curious to me. I would expect the BF sword, but maybe my low elo brain doesn't understand the complexities of those item optimization here. They do have the advantage here in the lane. They can opt for a little bit better movement. Maybe the better boots will help them get away from any kind of engage from the Rakan or anything else as far as the fast moving team from the Camille and the Lysandra there. A little bit of scuffling going in on the top side. Both junglers and top laners well aware of either threat on their side. Playing safe. Gonna just back on out and be a-okay here. Not much more action coming from the mid lane just yet. Both have hit level 6, so should see an ulti or two get dropped from either side. Lysandra should be able to hold off the Syndra pretty well, especially with Glacial Tomb. Ooh, Alistar going in once again. They do have the level advantage here. Gonna pan away from that as their bottom lane gets forced back here a bit. Rakan at half health, getting vision control. They might be opting to go towards the Mountain Drake or just get more vision control here. Stealing a buff, it seems. Was that a buff, or was that just the Scuttle Crab? I couldn't quite tell. I mean, Syndra throwing things around. I think it was the buff. Yeah, the red buff is up on the other side. That would belong to Camille if she can get there fast enough, depending on how quickly the Xin moves. They do have that advantage on bottom side as they're pushing in. Camille making her way towards the bottom side, so we might see a gank here on the bottom side. Strumpist almost has teleport up. We don't have any backside vision there, so Lysandra can't really follow up too well. After pushing in the wave, going to be moving down with the Camille, trying to get something set up. Camille still only level 5, but with that pressure going towards the bottom side, Mountain's going to act and pull the trigger onto Misty Stumpy and take out the Jax here. And going to get a considerable amount of damage on this turret. Misty Stumpy might try teleporting to it, but that might, I think that would be a pretty bad idea. Probably just going to hand over this turret and first turret blood. Nope, teleport going in. So, goodbye, Fake God to Infragus to get out of there. Fake God not having any mana, sort of depend on to get out of any kind of sticky situation or set up another stun. It's going to return back to lane, but the tempo of this game definitely in favor of Team Mountain. And outside of that first play onto the Syndra in the early game, Infernal hasn't really found any footing yet. Oh, but Frag is on the backside onto Lysandra. Lysandra does have ulti, but just going to flash out. You need to play safe. Wants to hold on to that ultimate against any sort of Syndra threat. And maybe making a play later on towards the bottom side of the map, potentially. The Jax going to just try and have hope that can scale up. Mountain Drake being on the field, the actual dragon, not the team. Pretty big pressure point. I'm sure both teams want that desperately. A lot of team fight presence and single target action from the side of Team Infernal between the Lysandra's Frozen Tomb and the Hextech Ultimatum out of Camille. Team fight presence from that. Hopefully blow up a target and maybe go towards the dragon, but we haven't seen them really force that issue. And Saligo making his way topside. Ultimate dropped onto Misty Stumpy. Aurelia going to dash in for the kill, and that's going to be the first turret blood going over to Team Mountain. And Alistar making a play over on the bottom side. Not going to make anything happen, although Xin is on the bottom side, and we saw another summoner spell taken, forced out from Tactical. Nothing else going to be going on there. But with Camille topside, Xin might finally make his way towards the dragon and get rolling on that as Team Infernal's bottom lane gets forced back. Nope, just going to be making his way towards mid here. Saligo a little bit low, getting the stun on, some nice damage. Gragas trying to put some pressure onto the Strumpus, but just going to be working his way back. Camille shifting towards mid lane now, but well and familiar that Camille is sitting on the side here, wanting to force something. So still no play on the Dragon. Ooh, is that going to be a pause? Yes, it is. Frag is forced away from that. And I suppose that the reason that is the case why there hasn't been a play towards the Dragon is that Mountain, they just want to scale up. They want to let Kai'Sa just continue to get strong, keep this laning phase extended, keep pouring gold into Kai'Sa as long as you can, and then you can start sort of running her around and getting more kills. So, not increased pressure. Ooh. A little bit of damage. Prismal taking a bit of damage from Infernal, but still putting a significant amount of pressure on their side. Oh, first turret blood might not be going over to Mountain. Oh, but we see Aurelia going in quite hard. A lot of ultimates getting used onto Aurelia and taking out that target, but Aurelia almost successfully taking out a member of Infernal there. Alistar going in hard. Tactical on the backside. Prismal going pretty low, forcing the heal. One more tick of passive to go onto Tactical before that gets procced, but Prismal forced to path out. Damage ticking away on Call Lin. Should be able to get away as the minion waves there are going to be forced to use the ultimate. And Infernal's bottom lane actually getting the better end of that trade there. Primal thinking about staying around to CS a little bit. Oh, we see a teleport though on the backside. So Mountain's bottom lane actually baiting this out. Is Aurelia going to actually walk through the turret to get onto the backside? And this is going to be an easy pop onto Duo. Grand entrance used though on Aurelia. Might be tanking turret here soon. Tactical getting forced back and neither member. Ooh, actually Kai'Sa picking up the kill into Ezreal with a W. Nice out of Prismal play that almost looked like it was not going to end up with anything. Looked a little sloppy. Again, the team's getting together just about not too long ago. Things not looking too hot. But first turret blood gold going over to, or the first brook as it were, going over to Infernal. They definitely need that as gold difference only about a K away. Ooh, Sir Kenji got a forced to flash. A lot of damage coming out from that Xin. This early game advantage still in favor of Fragus. Camille needing more items. We see the item discrepancy there already as Xin Zhao sits on a completed jungle item. And Camille a little bit behind, hasn't based maybe in time to get anything, doesn't have that extra kill. Rift-tailed already dropped mid lane. I don't think that's going to net anything. Nope, not at all. Not enough pressure as the members of Infernal shifting towards that. And actually, Infernal going to be picking up another turret bottom side here if they don't stop Jax here soon enough. Gonna get there fast enough. Call in, looking to engage. Gonna get the knock up. Primal trying to get in range, make sure that he stays safe and doesn't get the stun from Misty Stumpy. Misty Stumpy, though, gonna jump away to safety. Back to turret. Prismal with a 3-0. Infernal need to be very cautious of the Kai'Sa and the ability, the amount of damage that's gonna be coming out from her. Still no damage, though, item built on her yet. They're just still fine with keeping her scaling and trying to get a CS advantage against the Ezreal. And trying to get as much rolling for her as they can. It's like opting for a Rage Blade first off. Should be coming in here pretty shortly as we head into... Ooh, a Dragon actually finally getting taken down on... So Mountain, getting Mountain Drake. Thought that Dragon should have been picked up a little bit earlier ago. Again, could just be that they wanted to scale, make sure they had complete vision control, and pulled the rest of Infernal to other sides of the map. Infernal doing such, sending a lot of members towards mid. Quite a bit of damage going on to Call Lin, but he does have ultimate. See Glacial Tomb used on Call Lin, so ultis, a lot of ultis used on Call Lin. Xin up pretty far forward though, gonna get probably taken out here as it goes a little bit too far in, but Kai'Sa going in really deep, trying to get kills on the backside. Able to pick up Camille, another kill onto the Rakan, and might be able to take out Tactical, just barely getting out of there. Tactical picking up the kill onto Kai'Sa and getting probably a nice bit of shutdown gold. So pulling the trigger pretty hard. Nice play from Prismal, I think, to sort of grab at least something for Fragus falling. Unfortunate for him to fall, though, on the backside of that fight. Could have definitely picked up another turret on the other side. Turrets are even, so not the end of the world. Mountain, though, probably eager after Infernal investing so much on mid lane. Really looked like Mountain was Maybe going to fail there a little bit, especially after the Zinzao went in super hard. But, I mean, just a moment before that, it looked like Infernal was maybe blowing a little bit too much on the Alistair and still not even getting the kill onto him. But a little bit of gold onto the Ezreal, not going to hurt. He does have Trinity Force finished here, still stacking that tier, though. I guess we didn't really talk too much about Infernal Drake's team this game so far. Want to talk a little bit about the Ezreal, though, because have not been too impressed with Ezreal's as of recent. Whoa, Misty Stumpy actually getting pretty low. Gotta duck and dive out of there. Ooh, forcing the flash. Saligo did have, maybe that ultimate just came off a cooldown, wasn't able to get in range maybe onto the Jax in time. But the Ezreal, haven't been super impressed. I mean, it's been a safe laner, that's for sure, and I guess it's worked out for Team Infernal a couple of times now over the course of their games against Team Cloud previously. But there just hasn't been a lot of good things coming out from that side. Oh, and actually hard engaged from the Rakan. Lissandra getting the ultimate onto members of Infernal. Prismal falling down very early, and Bragus out on his own to finish out. So a 3-0 from Infernal. A beautiful start to a fight coming from the Rakan and getting the targets that they need, taking them out one by one. So not a lot of tanky members outside the Alistair on Team the Mountain, and getting caught out from some easy engage elements of Infernal's team composition. So gotta credit, although I may have criticized the Ezreal, at least they have a very straightforward comp. A lot of easy ways to engage. Mountain have something similar, but Hextech Ultimatum from Camille makes things easily. Rakan has several ways to engage in CC. Both teams similarly paced easier compositions, which I think is what this needs to be sort of the flavor of the NA Scouting Grounds. Is communication is probably not going to be the most forefront for these or either side or any of the teams at the NA Scouting Grounds. Because again, it keeps just going back to that comment of these teams just getting thrown together and trying to sort through their tendencies. I mean, biggest sort of indicator of that is the fact that we've seen Jax or Misty Stumpy now a couple of times. A champion that we have rarely seen professionally. Probably just a champion that he favors and knows sort of the counter picks and ways to deal with certain champions. Could just be that it's his best champion. I'm not sure if he is a one trick, in fact. Be interested to see if that maybe later on in this tournament that starts gets taken away from him. He's in fact deprived of that. So, got an Infernal Drake coming up in the next minute 30. Baron going to be following shortly after that. Each side just taking care of their minion waves, trying to get themselves set up, trying to scale into later parts of the game. Both AD carries on either side, very strong right now. But not a lot of vision towards that either objective coming up soon. I'm sure neither side wants to get that Baron, but if they can get control of the dragon, he's getting pretty close. Ooh, nice knockup from Colin, but engaged from Rakan. Hextech ultimate used on Colin, ultimate used onto Fragus, able to get out of that shortly. But Camille going in on the backside. Aurelia, though, showing up. Tactical getting very low, and Sir Kenji on the backside going to be falling here shortly as well. A fight that looks like Infernal dictating the pace, actually getting caught out by Mountain and the Aurelia flanking on the backside. Jack's not able to be a part of that fight, so an offset fight at the end here. Really nice side flank from the Aurelia to sort of put the fight into their favor. And again, a lot of things used onto the Alistair, and they're not able to punch through him that quickly. I would prefer to see that Hextech Ultimatum used on perhaps a different target. Nice to see that they are able to force down Prismal away, but nothing really going here. We still don't see much vision control around the Dragon Pit by either team. Do you see Control Ward just sitting on the side outside the Dragon Pit? But we see the Kaisa shifting towards top side without a teleport. I would like to think that they'd be making movements towards that dragon here, but maybe they're more concerned with the threat of Baron keeping wards on there. Looks like both sides, though, just opting to go back to a farm game. Infernal, with the success that they had in an earlier team fight, did not show up that last time. Aurelia herself scaling up quite nice. I'm not sure how the Aurelia-Jax matchup pans out. Feels like the champions are both pretty similar in a way. Aurelia a bit more assassin-oriented, while Jax is a bit bruiser-oriented. They probably want to just keep Jax in a side lane pushing hard. Might be able to dive into a team fight later on when needed, but probably just want to keep him in the side lane, which would also help prevent the Aurelia from roaming around. It was just unfortunate that, as far as the map positioning goes, Aurelia had the beeline track to get onto that side of the map fast enough. Oh, it was an Infernal Drake. Again, bamboozled by the fact that the timer in this VOD viewer, it just shows that it's the Infernal Drake. It's actually Cloud Drake. Makes sense why they're not very excited about it. Ooh, Soligo maybe getting caught out by the Lissandra. Gonna get stunned up though. Stromp is going pretty low. Forcing out the Zanyas. The stopwatch actually doesn't even have the Zanyas. I don't know if she would have fallen there. Felt like a little bit of a waste of the stopwatch there for maybe a better team fight oriented play. And with that down, I'm going to start pressuring mid lane here. We see top laners both on the bottom side with teleport ready. We see some pings going on to Baron, trying to get vision control of that area and force Infernal to come to them. Mountain slowly getting more optimistic about their chances in the team fight. And getting that vision control to let Aurelia get in nice and easily with a teleport. Team Mountain would really like to punch down this middle turret to free them up a little bit, but with the pressure that they're exerting mid, they're finally going to pan on over to Aurelia's side of the map here and get control of the dragon to help them out. Fake God moving forward, going to be a little bit of a scuffle on the top side. Prismo working his way in. Lissandra here using ultimate onto the Aurelia, getting the kill onto the Fragus though. Jax picking that up on the side. Oh, but Soligo going in hard on Tactical and taking him out with just a good old R. Aurelia falling to Jax, so Jax getting some major steam here and getting quite a couple of kills. Lissandra picking up one herself. Only 2 members up of Mountain, while 4 on the side of Infernal. Not going to be making any plays as AD Carry was falling here. Just going to let Jax continue to push bottom side, maybe get some pressure on the bottom side here. So while it a lot of back and forth here, and actually gold advantage in favor of Infernal with the 2 turrets that they are ahead. They have about a 2k gold lead currently. Misty Stumpy really picking up some major steam here. Just auto attacking his way to the victory here. Fragus just disappeared in the fight. I could hardly tell where he went. It just happened so quickly with a glacial tomb came down and bam, he was frozen tomb. I'm sorry, he was gone. So heading into later stages of the game, items getting built up here. Rage Blade completed. Nashor's Tooth getting picked up by Kai'Sa. No pure damage item built up on her yet, but she does have the safety of the QSS, which I think is a very intelligent move. Keep herself safe against any CC of the opposing side, especially the Frozen Tomb from Lissandra. Want to avoid the disaster of that. Mountain up pretty far. 2 members of Infernal on bottom side. Trying to pull pressure down there. And trying to hide out in secrecy. Lissandra, I don't think anyone saw her yet. She was pushing up, so might have thought that he was going towards a mid lane. You see some pings there. Aurelia going in. We see Lissandra going in as well, and Misty Stompy going in quite hard onto Aurelia. Nice chain CC, getting the kill into that. Sir Kenji going to be following down to a good old R from Syndra. But that 2v1 scenario on the bottom side going to give Infernal quite a bit of pressure. Pretty unexpected, but with 2 members on the bottom side, that means Mountain's going to pull the trigger towards top. And with a Kai'Sa, that Baron should be going down pretty quickly. Colin doing his best to keep the pressure on and sort of force Mountain away. Mountain's going to secure the Baron. Kai'Sa picking up a kill on the backside. Tactical up pretty far on his own. Gragas going on the engage, not quite getting there yet, but going to be moving up too far forward, and Prismal's going to get in on that action. Quick Baron bases on the side from Mountain to stop the continued push, but a lot of pressure picked up from Infernal on the bottom side of the map. Prismal still looking and trying to hunt down the opposition here. Maybe see if it can pick up anything. So Baron picked up on from Mountain, but an inhibitor and a Nexus turret falling on the side, as well as Misty, Stumpy, and Strumpus sort of taking advantage of Fake God's eagerness to go in. I mean, I say eagerness, he dashed forward one time and then Infernal pulled the trigger and sort of CC'd him. He did not have many options to go off of, did not have a lot of fun. Anything to do. Well, Mountain is going to have to manage their bottom side of the wave, and Fake God did not get the luxury of getting Baron buff, so he might just be on detail with the teleport to make sure that bottom lane is safe. Maybe they're just going to continue to funnel Kaisa with that gold. But they should definitely try and take use of their Baron buff in some way. Alright, yeah, they're just keeping Aurelia on the bottom side, keeping that pushed. Follow up with a teleport. Kaisa working her way over to her team. And probably want to force their way onto some more turrets, get some gold into their pockets here, because they are down 4 turrets. They keep winning these fights, but they're getting pulled across the map and forced into these poor decisions. Mountain, though, doing a very good job of keeping calm here as they sort of let Aurelia push up the side wave. They're going to shift over there, bring the Baron buff over to that minion wave. Oh, not yet. They're just trying to force maybe Infernal to make a decision. Okay, we see Baron buff working its way over the lane so they can get the turret. They're going to trade turrets here, probably to the Jax. I mean, Mountain wants to fight so badly and get in this offset fight with Jax not present, but Infernal knows that they can just play it calm, stay cool, and if Mountain can't get anything to happen here for an engage, they have to base, they have to stop the Jax. Should be seeing those bases come back. The teleport even used to stop the threat of him. And Misty Stumpy just going to make his way. So Misty Stumpy, we're seeing it. He's split pushing his way to victory here. He's making a mad dash for it right now. He should be able to get out of safety. He, has access to the jump. Going to be able to make his way. Aurelia really chasing him down. Not going to be able to find anything going on. Another dragon spawning here pretty soon. And Baron not really doing much work here. I mean, did pick up 2 turrets, so getting some more gold into their favor here. But not able to punch their ticket or punch through Infernal's team. Ooh, but Strumpus out maybe a little bit too far here. Getting wrapped around, and 3 members of Mountain going to be trying to work his way back. We see a teleport coming in from Misty Stumpy. The Zany's going to stall it out and let Jax show up, making this a 2v3 situation. Prismal getting pretty low. Going to be jumping back in, though, right into the face tank Jax. And Lysandra's going to be taking Kaisa out on the backside. Fake God here, though, to provide more damage, but Team Mountain going to be taken out here. And in a situation that looked like Mountain may have had complete control, Prismal making a vital mistake and jumping next to Jax. I guess thought maybe the damage from the Rage Blade thought was going to be enough, but look at your items, man. You're not. You need some kind of pure damage item in there to get really rolling. I gotta disagree with this build here a little bit. You're the strongest member of your team, but you're opting for all these safety net builds, parts of your build, and Infernal really pushing their luck here on the base. Have a teleport coming in from Lysandra, and with this 2v3 situation, they're gonna punch down this turret. Sir Kenji might fall here, does fall to the Aurelia, and Infernal's just gonna blow him out and take that, just force their way. So Mountain, that was a little bit rough from Prismal. Just a split-second misdecision there, I think. He just stayed a little bit on the outskirts of the fight, I think would have been okay. Maybe put out. I don't agree with the Banshee's Veil. I suppose he was just so threatened by the Jax stun and Lysandra Frozen Tomb that felt like needed some way to protect himself and thought they were going to scale well. But with someone so strong, like, get a Storm Razor for yourself. Get an IE. Get something to, when you get those Rage Blade stacks rolling, and sort of take over the game. QSS I was fine with. The Banshee's Veil was just a little cringy, and pretty confident if he had gotten something else there, would have been able to make something happen. I mean, when did he pick that up? I'm really sort of confused. You're gonna dip back a little back, well, just a little bit. So he's going AP. So he's going for a more AP centric build, but they already have enough AP with the Syndra. Maybe sort of the idea was to play off the idea that build AP, force. I mean, no one on their side's building armor. I don't know. I disagree with it. But Mountain still pulled a lot of good plays in this game. There's a lot of things that they could have been better at. They could have pulled the trigger a little bit harder at times. That kill on the Lysandra, they just kept getting pulled around the map. They need to maybe go for a turret dive, maybe opt for a different bit of a few different champions here. I think a ban toward Misty Stumpy's Jax might be a good move. If you can't deal with the split push, and I think in this miscommunication field of problems that we're in, it's split push strategy works pretty easily. I mean, you just send one member out, you just say, take care of yourself, we're not going to fight, we're just going to wave clear, stay safe, good to go. I think if you had a bit better of a hard engaged champion, maybe the Camille on your side instead of the Xin, something with a little bit more of a long range engage, flash knock up from Alistair, I didn't really see that too often. Just a few misplays. I still would imagine that, I mean, this is a 3-1 series. I saw that it goes to 3 games. I don't even remember. I mean, I'll see what happens here. Just going to keep casting. But I think as far as my casting goes, still deviating off topic a little bit too much, I think. Need to remember the names of skills sometimes because I blank so hard. Kept saying Glacial Tomb, and it's freaking Frozen Tomb. Come on now. Anyways, thanks for listening. Talk to you later. Bye.